helpful. Hallelujah. We're KBLA Talk 1580, where we do more than just talk.
Somebody's been crying for me.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss it. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nip.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Imagine this, you are wired to an electric shock device, and which one would make you more anxious? You get told that there is a 50% chance of getting shocked, or you get told that you're gonna get shocked no matter what. Researchers found that participants felt far more anxious if they were told that there was a 50% chance of getting shocked than the participants who were told that there was a 100% chance of getting shocked. Our brains hate uncertainty more than physical pain. So, what's up with that? When we aren't certain what will happen, our nervous system perceives that uncertainty as a potential threat that we could maybe do something about. So it's like, oh, something bad might happen, so it kicks on this activated state, trying to spur us into some action to prevent bad things from happening. And this feels like uncomfortable anxiety sensations. Now, most of us feel really uncomfortable with uncertainty. So, for example, how do you feel in these situations? Will this relationship work out? Or should I leave before I get hurt? This world feels out of control. Should I bother with a college degree? Should I invest money in the stock market? Should I buy a house? Or how about this? Should I apply for that job if I might not be qualified and I get rejected? Now, just like those real people in the research study, because uncertainty is so anxiety provoking, a lot of people would rather have pain than uncertainty. So they break up with their girlfriend, or they quit college, or they don't apply for the job, because that feels safer than the uncertainty does. Now, most people don't like uncertainty, but the people who can't tolerate uncertainty the most are more likely to experience anxiety or depressive disorders. They're more likely to struggle in relationships and not reach their potential in work or school. But here's the thing, it's not actually uncertainty that's the problem. It's our attempts to avoid uncertainty that usually interfere with our lives. We love certainty to such an extreme degree that we often self-sabotage instead of tolerating the uncertainty. We would rather fail than risk success, because risking success comes with uncomfortable feelings of anxiety. So we quit a sport if we're not sure if we'll be good at it. Or you never ask her out because you're uncertain if she'll say yes. Or you break up with him before he breaks up with you. If we're afraid of being fired, we quit. Or we don't give our best efforts, so we don't feel invested. And then we can just tell ourselves, oh, well, I never really liked that job anyway. Right? We never really commit in an attempt to protect ourselves from feeling hurt later. But by never committing, we remove the uncertainty.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2025. The voice of reason is back in the building in the heart of Lamert Park. You know what it is, little Africa town. You all know what we doing here. Tonight's topic is a deep one. Only spirits, just like OnlyFans. You know, that little online, what is it, an app, Andy? I don't know. Is it an app, OnlyFans? OnlyFans. It's a website. Got it. It's a website. And boy, I mean, they say it's used for everything. Like you can get on there and, you can hold lectures and people can sign up and do all this. But the majority of what it's used for, somebody bartering something.
especially during COVID. When COVID happened, OnlyFans jumped through the roof. That's when it became uber popular. And you got women all over the country moving to Los Angeles because they can afford it now because of their OnlyFans page. Let's just keep it real. Keep it a buck. But tonight's topic is about only spirits. If you have an OnlyFans where you can sell your image, your physicality, right? You take the strip club out of the strip club and you put it on a website, pretty much. What does it look like for only spirits, where you're selling your authenticity, character, and integrity for certainty, predictability, and safety? That's a heavy way to look at it. I know, man, relationships are deep, spiritual, psychological, social, familial. And when we're dealing with human relationships, the quest for certainty often leads individuals to barter their most cherished attributes: authenticity, character, integrity, and even their bodies. On tonight's topic, only spirits, right? We're going to delve into the profound implications of such exchanges and the spiritual and psychological costs associated with self-abandonment in the pursuit of external stability. We're going to draw upon the insights of eminent thinkers. You guys know, I love Pema Chodron, Krishnamurti. You know I love all of these guys, right? We're going to draw on those eminent thinkers and their perspectives. We're going to explore how fear and insecurity can compel us to trade our true selves for the illusion of safety, leading to a cycle of relational dysfunction and spiritual disconnection. At the heart of this dynamic lies a paradox. The very act of seeking security within relationship can result in emotional instability. Attachment theory, of course, pioneered by John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, elucidates how insecure attachment styles rooted in early childhood experiences can shape adult relational dynamics. Individuals raised in environments marked by unpredictability may develop a desperate need for predictability, often manifesting as a willingness to compromise, people please, kowtow, capitulate their authenticity in exchange for perceived certainty, security. The question arises, are we in search for comfort, merely substituting genuine connection for transactional relationships that serve as a facade of safety? The nature of safe relationships often reveals deeper relational avoidance. As Patrick Carnes elucidates in his work on trauma bonding, individuals may gravitate towards low-stake partnerships that shield them from confronting their own emotional insecurities. 1-800-920-1580. I'm talking to somebody. However, these relationships cloaked in the guise of safety may ironically perpetuate feelings of isolation and dissatisfaction. Can it be that the very partners we deem safe are in fact barriers to our emotional growth, serving only to distract us from our unresolved wounds? Moreover, the spiritual implications of this self-erasure are profound. When individuals prioritize external validation over inner purpose, they risk severing the connection to their spiritual essence. As Thich Nhat Hanh emphasizes, mindfulness and compassion are essential in recognizing and honoring our authentic selves, right? And listen to that. Mindfulness and self-compassion, I like to call it self-empathy, right, are essential in recognizing and honoring our authentic selves. The karmic consequences of trading authenticity for safety manifest in relational dysfunction and emotional turmoil, creating a revolving door of internal chaos. In this light, one must ask, right? What are the spiritual costs for seeking certainty in love while neglecting the call of our higher selves? It's a heavy topic tonight. We got callers from all over the country. I want to get them in. You guys want to talk about it, right? Stop prostituting yourself to be safe. If you're in a relationship and you can't be your true self, if you're in a relationship and you don't have a voice, if you're in a relationship and you're unseen and unheard, first by you and then by your partner, it's not a relationship. It is merely a reflection of what you need to do, of what you need to work on. Do you understand? We want real connection, right? First, we got to connect to what we refuse to accept within ourselves. Did you hear that? First, we got to connect to what we refuse to accept within ourselves. We got callers from all over the country. I want to get them in. Let's go. Sunkiss from Georgia. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hi, Zoe. I want to apologize to Andy. I'm in also Georgia.
That's all right. It's all good. How is Georgia treating you? Is it cold down there?
Oh, yeah, 29 degrees.
Lord have mercy. I wouldn't trade this 72 degrees for nothing. Go ahead, honey. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Yeah, this topic is about women.
Is it?
Because, yes, it is. Because I'm just going to begin with myself. I got married really young. I got in a relationship at 19 years old. And I watched my family, mother, father, aunts, cousins, never stay in a marriage. No one ever was stay in a committed relationship. And I didn't think I would either. So I just looked at life as, if I fall in love, I fall in love.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did. And when I fell in love, I knew that I wasn't ready for marriage, but my partner didn't. And they wanted to be married, but I said, we're not ready. And then 10 years later, I got married. I still knew we wasn't ready, but I did it because of loyalty. So I thought it was loyalty. And your topic tonight made me realize that it's a woman problem that we confuse prostituting ourselves with loyalty.
That's heavy. Eesh.
And then 30 years later, I just left.
Because you knew you didn't want to be there in the first place.
Yeah.
And you rocked 30 years pretending.
Yes.
Ooh.
But because my family, no one got married or stayed married. No one, I said, no, I have to make this work. I committed myself to this. I'm a loyal person. But I was getting loyalty confused with prostituting myself. I can't believe I feel like crying.
Your truth, yourself, your truth, your integrity, who you are, your narrative, your voice, all of it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I knew I was miserable because I kept putting myself last for the family. And I think women are guilty of this. We always sacrifice. But that prostituting yourself for the family, for your spouse, even the cat and the dog, I was putting myself last. And then I realized, what am I doing? And I don't know what it was.
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, sweetheart. It's your turn. Go ahead.
I didn't realize that I had that strength until that day came, and then I just walked away with absolutely nothing. That's when I know it was done.
Mm.
Now I'm in love with myself.
Come on.
Instead of being in love with the idea of being married and
Right. It's easy to have the concept. You can have the ceremony, you can have the cake, you can have the dress, you can have the rings, but if you don't have yourself in that process, what do you have?
Exactly.
Yeah. And you said prostituting for loyalty. Can we also add a word? Let's add consistency. Do you see? Because the one who's consistently shows up, consistently does what you need them to do. We don't know that, yes, actions speak louder than words, but they don't speak louder than intent. Do you see? What is the intention behind you showing up? What is the intention behind what you do? Are you doing it because it is a real reflection of who you are? Or are you doing it to establish a pattern that I can become dependent on? Listen. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Heavy stuff, sis. And let me just say this. I love you. I appreciate you for calling in and being brave enough and transparent enough to be hella honest and open and accountable about what you've done to you. And the fact that you can come full circle 30 years later and say, now I understand what it means to love myself. I applaud you for that, sister. I thank you for that, okay?
Thank you, though.
Guess what you just did?
Still.
Come on, Georgia is in the building. Let's not cry. Let's not cry. We needed this talk tonight. I keep trying to tell you it's a conversation. It's a national discussion that's happening late at night about relationships. Are you crazy? Let's keep it going when I come forward. I'm going to Pensacola, Florida.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now.
800-550-9651.
Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-550-9651. That's 800-550-9651.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Charmin Ultra Strong. You can use less, better than the rest. Charmin Ultra Strong. Your booty past the clean test. Salmon weave texture, it's the best. Study up, teach a lesson on fresh. Your booty past the clean test. Yes, sir. Charmin Ultra Strong.
Charmin Ultra Strong with diamond weave texture cleans better than the leading one-ply brand, so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
I went to My Computer Career because I needed job security.
Because I wanted a career in cybersecurity.
I went to My Computer Career because IT jobs are everywhere.
My old job was going nowhere.
I went because I didn't want college loans for the rest of my life.
Because I wanted a career for the rest of my life.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. Classes available online or in person. Financial aid available for qualified students, including the GI Bill. 529 college savings plans accepted.
Not available in Washington State.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Hi, everyone. Susan Winter here from SusanWinter.net. Subscribers, thanks for coming back. I really appreciate your support. And if you're new, I hope you like what you see. And if so, press the little heart button. I'm talking today about a new topic, something I haven't discussed before. It is something I call an emotional opportunist. And it was a client of mine that kind of prompted this concept, because an emotional opportunist is somebody that comes in and out of your life at will. They know they've got you hooked. They know you will take them back. Oh, you may rail, you may try and have boundaries and tell them this isn't working for me and break up with them, but they'll just inch their way back because you're the safe bet. They don't really get fully involved with you. Even if they're involved, they're not fully involved. Somehow there's always that disconnect. They've always got one foot out of the door, right? Why do they do this? Because they can. Because you let them do it. You see, if somebody has established a pattern of behavior and you have seen that they have failed at the basics, which are to be honest and to be consistent, two enormous factors that are absolutely necessary for a sustainable relationship that is good, healthy, and rewarding. And if you find that they cannot do these things, they are in and out, in and out, in and out. Oh, and yes, of course they're dynamic. Of course they're exciting. The passion, the makeup sex, of course it's intoxicating because you can never quite get your hands on it, can you? So they're always that unreachable goal. Then you grasp it. Then you feel so fortunate because now you have it. And then the hopeful thinking kicks in. Maybe this time it's different. Maybe this time they're settled down. Maybe they got it out of their system. But no, they don't, because this is who they are, and they have established this pattern. And when I get notes from all of you,
damn it! If relationship is a mirror, then that means insecurity is addicted to security. It's all insecurity will always be in pursuit of security. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to say it that way. Nobody's talking like this but Zoe Williams. Late at night. Do you understand? Insecurity is in pursuit of security. And when you are insecure internally, your ideal safe partner is the consistent one. Is the one that's going to be loyal, is the one that you can trust, because you're insecure. You think the answer to insecurity is external, somebody showing up. But the one way to cure that is to show up for yourself. And I don't mean narcissistically. I don't mean arrogantly. I mean sit with them damn wounds. Don't judge them. Don't condemn them. Pour empathy on them. If you don't have empathy for yourself, cultivate it. That is the purpose of living. Allow your spirit to dominate your body, to dominate your mind. Do you see? Otherwise, you're going to be a relationship garden tool. Do you understand? You're going to be cosplaying. You're going to be a performative partner to make sure that everything is good. I don't want to upset or anger my source. Do you see? This is where we live right now. It hurts to see it this way, but that's what it is. She really broke that down for me. That was such a powerful thing to hear that. You have to understand the allure of relational predictability often masks a deeper fear of vulnerability, right? In order to be intimate, you must be vulnerable. But some insecure attachment styles fear vulnerability. So if you fear vulnerability, you can't have intimacy. If you can't have intimacy, you can't have closeness. If you can't have closeness, you can't have connection. If you can't have connection, you can't relate. You can perform, but you can't relate. When I come forward, I'm taking the rest of the callers all the way out.
I wanna turn you on, turn you out, all night long, make you shout. I love her, yeah. I wanna be the only one you come for. I wanna be your brother. I wanna be your mother and your sister too. There ain't no other that can do the things that I'll do to you. And I get you treat me just like a child. And they say I'm so shy, yeah. But with you, I just go wild. I didn't want to pressure you, baby. But all I ever wanted to do.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with 4 Things You Should Know from BIN News. A federal judge in New York is holding Rudy Giuliani in contempt for failing to turn over assets and financial information to 2 black former Georgia election workers he defamed. They were awarded $146 million after Giuliani spread false 2020 election claims, leading to threats against them. Wall Street is closing mixed to start another shortened trading week. Stocks rallied early in the session before the Dow turned lower in late trading. 6 states are under emergency as a massive winter storm brings snow, ice, power outages, and travel disruptions to over 60 million people from Illinois to New Jersey. Virginia, Kentucky, West Virginia, Illinois, and Missouri report the worst outages. And Dr. Charles McIntosh, Jacksonville, Florida's first black pediatrician, will receive the 2025 Lifetime Achievement Award from One Jacks. The 97-year-old retired doctor who served on Florida's Board of Medical Examiners will be honored at the One Jacks Humanitarian Awards on May 1st. I'm Amber Payton on the Black Information Network, your home for Black News First.
Every business faces challenges, but shipping shouldn't be one of them. Turn shipping to your advantage with USPS Ground Advantage from the United States Postal Service. Learn how at USPS.com/advantage. USPS Ground Advantage. Simple, affordable, reliable.
Somebody's been praying for me.
Thanks to the generous support of the KBLA Talk 1580 delegation, we were able to donate 545 pounds of coats and blankets to the LA mission this winter season.
Hallelujah, hallelujah.
The LA KBLA Mission expressed its deep gratitude for our gift all over social media, but we wish to thank them and all the other service providers who look out daily for the less fortunate in our community, finding our happy by being helpful. Hallelujah. We're KBLA Talk 1580, where we do more than just talk.
Somebody's been praying for me.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 reminds you that we keep us safe. Every girl deserves a chance to shine. That's the belief behind Forgiving for Living, Inc. Since 1999, this organization has been empowering at-risk girls ages 13 to 18, helping them overcome behavioral and mental health challenges. Founder Wendy Gladney's personal journey inspired the mission to give girls hope and purpose through the power of forgiveness. Through their ambassador program, workshops, and annual conference, Forgiving for Living has touched over 3,000 young lives, providing mentoring, life skills, training, and tools for building self-esteem and confidence. You can make a difference. Visit forgivingforliving.org to donate, volunteer, become a mentor, or find help for a young girl in need. Forgiving for Living, Inc., building brighter futures for young girls. Visit forgivingforliving.org today. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and Brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
Martha was ready to switch to a career in IT.
There's always a need for IT specialists, especially with AI coming out and cybersecurity. It's practically recession-proof.
My Computer Career even provides job placement help.
The career specialists, they're very helpful. They care about you as a person. You're not just a number to them. I would recommend My Computer Career wholeheartedly to anyone.
Take the free career evaluation today. Become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu. Not available in Washington State.
Presenting Again Fling's love story. Dear love of my life, we were on the 12B bus this morning when I caught a whiff. A scent so fresh, so life-changing, I had to find its source. Alas, I didn't know if you were the woman in the pink freshly washed cardigan or the retired mailman next to me, but I knew one of you was my soulmate. Ah, the scent of Gain Flings. Try Gain Flings with OxyBoost and Febreze.
You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
I used to think about immature things. You know, like, do you love me? Do you want me? Are you gonna call me like you said you would? Is this really your real phone number? But you know, I'm a man now, baby, a grown man. And I came a long way. taught me to hold on to my love. Just can't help thinking living without you, baby. See, sometimes I just can't live crying about you, baby. I'm not worried about a doggone thing. I take anything you bring. Although I love the sunshine, I still accept the rain. 'Cause when I'm in my lonely mood and I just can't be with you, I tried everything to occupy my mind.
So the question is, what is causing me to suffer right now? And the teaching is distinguish between what's triggering it and what the cause is, which is a pre-existing propensity. And then your practice becomes how to weaken that propensity and how to burn it up altogether. The first thing, the most important thing, is something you've already done when you ask the question, which is to acknowledge that you've been triggered and that the propensity is very alive and it's up for you. And know that you could, at this moment, work with weakening it. You're learning all the time. Life is teaching you all the time. So how to weaken the propensity? The first thing is to acknowledge it, that it's up for you. And then part of acknowledging it is knowing in your mind. You know that this propensity is not actually a solid thing. It is impermanent, moving, changing. It's in flux, even as you feel it. As you know, when I first did this, the teacher said, located in your body. I said, I can, and I located, it's this huge, painful knot in the solar plexus. And then people have told me that it's like...
That's Sister Pima. We love her work. Why are we playing that? Because psychology is moving and integrating spiritual practices such as mindfulness to get you to be able to deal with the anxiety that is associated with deep-seated issues. Deep-seated childhood wounds, ACEs, CPTSD, insecure attachment styles. We're moving in this direction where we're going inward for answers. Your partner ain't the answer. They're only the question. And the question is merely a reflection of the answer you've carried in you since you were a child. Your partner helps you give birth to that answer. This is heavy stuff. We got callers on the line. I want to talk to everybody tonight. We got Nzinga from Pensacola, Florida. Nzinga, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey, Zoe, how are you?
I'm
Good
sorry
evening,
for
everybody.
keeping you on so long, sweetheart. We had some heavy callers, man. But I love you.
Yeah, we did. No, I enjoyed them. I
Happy
enjoyed the
New
call.
Year.
So, Happy New Year, Zoe. Thank you. And Happy New Year to everybody in the chat and everybody listening.
Yes.
So, one of your questions was how do people, and I guess I'm paraphrasing, why do people choose safe partners to avoid the work? And since we're in the spirit of OnlyFans, I guess I would ask, do people get with partners who are actually doing the work so they can sit there and just kind of watch? And I guess they pay with maybe trips and gifts. And I guess my other question would be is how does one spot a spiritual grifter or something? And keeping in mind you've instilled in us that we're on our own journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're doing our own work, so we worry about us. But, you know, it seems like that would one should be aware of something like that, of people doing that. And so I just would ask, like, how do you recognize something like that?
Right. So when you're doing spirit work, just understand this. I'm sorry. And you know, a lot of people may not agree with me. But Zoe Williams can't do your work. So Zoe Williams is like, you remember in kindergarten when they stay within the lines, they would give you these black and white drawings, and then you have the crayons, and it's your job to color it. Your job, and it's to stay within the lines, and but any color or any life brought to that painting or picture would be what you did, right? A guru is like that template. A guru or a teacher or a pastor or an imam or whatever, all they could do is point, right? A psychologist, all they could do is point. Hey, did you see this about you? Are you aware of this? This is what a therapist would do. Did you ask yourself this question? Right? They're getting you to shift your perspective to look. Any effort is done on your part. This is why I love Krishnamurti so much. Because Krishnamurti would say, hey, the speaker is unimportant. Either you're doing this work or it is a waste of everybody's time. Do you see? So that's what relationship work is about. And like I said, we have the relationship ideation inverted. We think our partner is the solution to what we've been missing, not knowing that we are not missing anything. We have been conditioned to believe that we're empty. We have been conditioned to believe that they have the answer. If they show up right, then I can get comfortable. Do you see what I'm saying? We've been conditioned that way, right? This is why I say I love Krishnamurti, because he's like, I don't matter. If you're not doing the work, like the light illuminates, but nobody is praising the light. Nobody done pulled out a prayer rug and started bowing down to the electric light bulb. Thank you for illuminating my path.
To come on.
We expect it to be there. And we should have that.
Take it for granted.
Yes, we take it for granted. So we should have that same kind of, we should flip it around and look inwardly and go, wow, where's that light inside? And it is there. And once you cultivate that light, it brightens, it intensifies. Then it starts to permeate outwardly. Now you're attracting different types of people, different types of experiences, different types of questions.
Okay.
Do you see?
Okay.
So the answer to your other part of the question is this. If you doing the work and you got somebody that's a stowaway in your relationship, because all ships are in motion, right? You got a stowaway in the relationship and they sitting by watching you, the breakup is imminent. Right? Because one of the easiest breakups in the world is to better yourself. All the people around you that ain't doing the work will fall off organically. You've changed. You're different now. No, I'm just doing the work. And you're not. You are a stowaway in my life. At the next port, I'm going to drop you off. Do you see?
Yeah.
Come on, Nzinga. I love you now. I love you. I appreciate you. And guess what you just did? Guess what you did? I hope I answered your questions.
In the building.
Come on, Pensacola.
You did.
Come on. We in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. We got the author of the topic online. And then we got Ronan from Indianapolis. You already know Ronan's going to act a fool. When we come forward, we're going to Dallas, Texas, and then we're going to Indianapolis.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Can your pad absorb everything and stay fresh? Always Radiant with Flex Foam can. Get up to 0 leaks, 0 odor, and 0 feel. Because Flex Foam is the only pad with a flexible foam core. You heard me, foam. Always Radiant is so thin, it feels like nothing, yet protects like nothing else. Can your pad do that? For up to 100% leak-free protection, try Always Radiant to see what Flex Foam can do for you.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Light a candle, pour some wine. Grab a roll, the soft kind for a little me time. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear. Wavy edges for my rear. So let the softness caress your soul. Just relax, you're on a roll. Let her rip. Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear.
Charmin Ultra Soft Smooth Tear has the same softness you love, now with wavy edges that tear better than the leading one-ply brand. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Autopsy Initiative provides a second autopsy free of charge for victims' families who have lost their loved ones due to a police-related death. The services offered through the initiative include the completion of a second autopsy, disclosure of preliminary findings, and a final autopsy report. A police-related death is when an individual is harmed by police officers using deadly force, which results in an individual's death. Police-related death includes in-custody deaths, including those that arise during contact with law enforcement officers during arrest, pursuit, booking, transport, or incarceration. The Autopsy Initiative has a team of board-certified pathologists on call. An autopsy request may be completed by anyone with a close relationship with the victim, which may include the victim's spouse, partner, relative, close friend, or lawyer. To request a free second autopsy for a victim of police violence, please visit knowyourrightscamp.com. That's knowyourrightscamp.com. Then click on Autopsy, then click on Request. At KBLA, we believe in justice for victims of police violence. We say their names, and we don't black down. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Listen to me. I misspoke earlier. Tonight, the playlist is 1979. I was 8 years old, and I knew that this was Hot Buttered Soul. Come on, man. This playlist has been absolutely bonkers tonight. And listen, I just want to go right to the callers. I know we had another clip. It was the last clip, right? Oh, Tracy. And you know she was going to cook. My God, Tracy always cook. But I got to get to these callers. They've been on for a long time. I want to get my folks in here. Truemonger is the author of tonight's topic. Truemonger from Dallas, Texas. Man, what are your thoughts, man? Did we knock it out the box or no?
Man, that thing is out of here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So what made you come up with this topic, True?
I think what I'm trying to remember what the exact show where I came up with it. I have to go back and look, but it just hit me when you mentioned something, and it just hit me right then and there.
You said only spirits.
Mm-hmm.
We said, yeah, that's a topic right there. And it makes sense where people actually sell the truth of who they are. They downplay it. They put it on the shelf in order to get the security that they probably didn't get in childhood. Your thoughts?
Yeah, it happens quite a bit. And then once you get, especially if you actually establish a relationship with that person, the real sales starts to come out anyway. But they do their best to try to keep performing and try to cover it up. But you're going to do that for so long. The truth is going to come out on either side.
Right.
So to me, it's always best to be straight up and honest from the jump. I'm putting on an act because in the end, this is going to come back to bite you.
Right.
And possibly sabotage wherever y'all built because it's going to be built on a false foundation.
Right. Right.
And like I was looking over some of the questions that you had, like is it a sign of immaturity?
Mm-hmm.
I think it is. I mean, fear, anytime you let fear control you, it's going to be a problem. Whether you by yourself or I mean, you're always in a relationship with yourself anyway. So if you're being controlled by fear, if fear dictates how you move, you're not going to get very much motion.
That's true.
You just say it like that.
100%.
And another question you had is predictability. Well, do they sacrifice predictability for? I think it was a lack of growth or something like that.
Or they sacrifice personal growth for predictability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, being predictable just turns into a rut. That doesn't serve anybody any good.
Monotony. Yeah.
You're not going to grow from it. You're not going to learn anything. You're just going to be comfortable being complacent.
Well, growth is uncomfortable, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
And most people think relationships are supposed to be smooth sailing, but growth is uncomfortable, i.e., one could deduce that relationships should be uncomfortable at times.
Yeah, to a degree it should be because you kind of need that challenge in order to get better. Both people involved need that challenge in order for them to see what's really going on, how they respond to it, and get better.
100%.
That's life, period.
100%.
Those things are going to come at you. How you going to deal with it?
Man, I love that.
Because I've dealt with some people who operate in fear, and it almost seems like they're playing around with you because they don't want to take time to resolve whatever issues they had before y'all cross paths.
Right.
And they try to point them off on you. I'm like, nah, can't do that. I can help you with whatever you're dealing with to the best of my ability.
Right.
But then at the end of the day, you're gonna have to put in some work. You're gonna have to find some kind of resolution.
Right.
Because I can't do your work for you, and you can't do mine for me.
Come on, True. Hey, True Monger, guess what you just did, good brother?
This brought Dallas in the building.
Dallas, Texas is in the building. Happy New Year, True Monger. We appreciate the call, and you already know what it is. You already know what it is. If you don't know, now you know. Ronan from Indianapolis about to get in here and act a fool. Man, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Let me get out your way. Go ahead.
I know that's an awesome topic, and everybody that called in, definitely salute you guys because it's really takes some fortitude to really speak on situations like this. And from personal experience, I got tired of basically given the generic male experience when it came to relationships.
Keep going.
So when it comes to prostituting your purpose and your presence, this is where you start cheapening yourself because you're afraid to be authentic. And my biggest fear, my paranoia of being my authentic self or even opening up, that served as my pimp at the time.
Wow.
And so what it came down to, especially like last year, I had to sit there and really look at it as, okay, it's either I can be my genuine self or I don't need it. And this goes to family or any level of relationship. So I'm just saying to everybody else out there, it's like you got to admit to who you are. It's about ownership. Whether you got to own the fact that you're a time thought, a performative prostitute, or an energy escort, you have to look at the source as to why.
An energy escort. Hey, listen, a performative pimp. Hey, man. Keep going, Ronan.
I said, the first thing you got to do is take ownership of why you're out there on the blade of life. So
why you on the strip of life? Keep going, Ronan.
All right. So when you're out there, You wonder why. I mean, why you always in that destitute state? Why you living off scraps? Why you give yourself an emotional whole bath every time you come home with an unfulfilling relationship with family or friends?
And guess what? Even in all of his flowery descriptions, you can have everything life has to offer. You can have money, you can have the car, you can have the house, you can have a relationship, you can have everything and still have nothing meaningful. Keep going, Ronan.
Right. And the thing is, like, if you basically, when you're interpersonally illiterate, you'll never know what love feels like, sounds like, or even looks like, even if it's sitting right in your face. So it has to start within. So you have to train yourself to receive compliments, learn how to receive love. You start learning how to set standards, boundaries, realistic stuff. Even take yourself out to experience what you like and dislike. So that way you become that architect to teach people how to treat you rather than just be out there on the blade and getting tossed for tricks.
Boy, listen. It's January. We gonna start off the year like this? Ronan, is this what we doing?
That's what we doing.
Hey, brother, guess what you just did, Ronan?
Probably Indianapolis back in the building.
Indianapolis is back in the building. Listen, this is what the voice of reason gonna be like all year long. You know why? Because if I don't have these conversations, who will? I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to upset the psychological apple cart. I want us to question. I want us to push ourselves past whatever wounds or dysfunctions or whatever we went through. It built a barrier. It built a boundary. And I'm going to tell you, there's a difference between boundaries that were created by wounds and boundaries that are created by a healthy soul. There is a difference between the two. As I always say, we started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. I want to say Happy New Year to everybody out there. Jill Monroe, welcome back into the fold. And let me shout out Robin Ayers. We miss you. We love you. And thank you for all you've done. Deuces.